So you probably know which trilogy I'm going to be talking about today from the title and the thumbnail. And I recently finished reading this Stranger Trilogy by Novoneel Chakraborty, and I've heard that this is like the best work by him, and so I decided to read this trilogy. And I truly have like mixed opinions. If you have already read this trilogy, then drop a comment and let me know what you thought about this trilogy. Or if you're planning to read this, watch this video before you decide to read this trilogy. So I actually have only the two books with me in the trilogy. Like, I had the complete trilogy, but the first book is not with me right now at the moment, so I only have the book 2 and book 3. So collectively I'm going to just brief you about the complete trilogy, what it is about, because there's honestly not much plot. So the first book actually in the trilogy was Marry Me Stranger, and then this was the second book, All Yours Stranger, and the third one was Forget Me Not Stranger. So these two books I read recently in a week only, and the first book I read like quite a few months back, but I did not really continue with this series until recently. So the story collectively is about a girl named Rivana Banerjee who goes to Mumbai for a job. The moment she reaches there, she starts getting some cryptic messages, and the title of this trilogy is Stranger. So there's a stranger who is kind of, you can understand, like, who is kind of stalking her and who is keeping an eye on her. And so she gets very scared because time and again this stranger is everywhere, like almost like stalking her and being with her everywhere, like in her room, in her office, wherever she goes, the stranger just knows about it. And won't it be scary? Obviously. So Rivana Banerjee is also scary initially, but later she kinds of understands that probably the stranger does not want to harm her and he wants just the best for her, because he also makes Rivana do a lot of good things as well, which are very beneficial for her. But Rivana is in a dilemma because sometimes the stranger is good to her, sometimes he's the worst for her. So even she is in a dilemma, and trust me, even readers will feel that whether this stranger is a friend or an enemy of Rivana. So this is how it actually starts, and in between Rivana also gets into relationships, and I'm not really going to share those details here because I feel that they are very irrelevant, even though they are a part of the story, but I'm not really commenting on them right now. So in the book 1, which is Marry Me Stranger, we understand that how this stranger is introduced in the book, and the stranger is not revealed. The identity of the stranger is revealed in this book, third book. It's revealed here. We just don't know who this person is who is stalking Rivana, and trust me, the build up, the thrill, the mystery and the suspense that's created by the author in book 1 as well as in book 2, even I will say in the book 3, is so good. I mean, the thrill is so good, the mystery is so good, the book really keeps you on the edge and you just cannot wait but to read what happens. And I felt that this book 2 was kind of a bridge between book 3 and the book 1. Because the story just proceeds and more things happen. Rivana's life gets more entangled and she is just so frustrated because she does not know who the stranger is, and she is hell-bent upon finding the reality and the identity of this stranger. But now the main thing that comes here is when the stranger's identity is revealed in this book. It was a big disappointment for me because I was really invested in this whole trilogy and I was really hoping that something good, something like really good will come out of it, because the thriller part was so good in book 1, book 2 and even up to the last few chapters of book 3. Then I don't know what suddenly happened. The book totally crashed with that one revelation that the author decided to make. And I cannot give you spoilers, but trust me, after reading that revelation, I think the whole trilogy was not even worth reading, because I am no longer a schoolgirl. I am no longer a small child who would be fascinated by such endings. So probably I was really hoping for something more thrilling, something more logical, because to me the ending felt totally logical. And not to forget about a lot of loopholes that are there in this book that really made my mind go like why the hell did I even read this after reading the revelation? I was like, seriously, who on earth is going to believe such endings? And even though, okay, we read fantasy, we believe in a lot of stuff that does not exist. Okay, even if we believe in this reality, the revelation that happens about the stranger, there are still so many loopholes, like so many. And if the author took the effort to write literally 3 books based on just one plot, I think he also could take the effort to cover up all the loopholes that are there. See, I know that this is probably your favorite trilogy, because I've heard that this is like the best series written by him, so I can understand that this must be someone's favorite. But I just felt that the book is also very problematic in many ways. I mean, there is objectification of women. There's so many problems that are just justified, and when they should not be even justified at the first place. So I don't know what kind of message the author is actually giving through his books, because I personally found those things quite problematic while reading. So maybe I think that if you are a school going student, or if you're in college, probably you are going to like this trilogy. But for someone like me, I did not like it that much, and I was really keeping all the problematic stuff aside, because I was so focused on finding out who the stranger is. So I really did not care about those problematic stuff at that point of time. But I was like, no, even the thriller aspect is so bad and it's so loosely done that I cannot even ignore those problematic aspects as well. So I mean, for entertainment it's like good, but what good the entertainment is if it does not really satisfy you till the end, because the ending was a flop for me. So it really does not matter how much I really enjoyed it till the revelation, because the ending is something that is like the main thing. If that's where the author fails to deliver, I think it's a flop for me. So probably I also rated this book with 2 stars, because I was like heavily disappointed with the ending. I mean, like, who even writes that kind of an ending? And I was really hoping for something logical or something good at least. But the ending, it first of all made me go like, pfft. I feel that probably by now you must have already made your decision whether you want to read this trilogy or not. If this is something that was on your TBR, so I will not recommend it. If you take my recommendation, I'm not going to recommend this whole trilogy, because there's no point in reading book 1 and 2 if you don't read the last book, because it just does not make sense. It's a trilogy, everything is very interconnected, and you have to actually read all the books in the trilogy. So I don't recommend this trilogy. But if you want to read it, if you want to try this, then you can try, and let me know your thoughts if you have already read this book, or if you plan to read it. And if you plan to read it and you enjoy it or you do not enjoy it, whatever it is, feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below. Or you can also discuss the book with me on my Instagram, which goes by the same handle @bookswithsakshi. And with this, I'm bringing the video to the end. I really hope you enjoyed my honest and crisp review about this whole trilogy, and I'll see you in the upcoming videos. Until next time, take care and keep reading.